The learning phase, something that is so mysterious and nobody really knows how it is affecting the optimization of your campaigns and ad sets. So in today's video, we are going to put this to an end once and forever. And I'm going to talk about how important is the learning phase actually for your ad sets optimization, and what are the things that you can change and what are the things that you should change in order to optimize your ads, although they will then exit the learning phase. So without any further ado, let's hop straight into the video. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back on my channel. My name is Victor and I'm the founder of Victory Media. We work with e-commerce brands around the globe to help them scale their revenues with the help of Facebook ads and creative strategy and properly implementing paid social performance creatives. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about the learning phase because I've been seeing that popping up left and right over the last year. It has become more and more important, and there has also been some changes to the learning phase since iOS 14.5 happened whatsoever, and people are afraid of the learning phase and not exiting the learning phase, or putting the learning phase in danger, as if it's their worst enemy, to be totally honest with you. And therefore, I wanted to really clarify a couple of things and talk about not only what the learning phase is, what were the changes since iOS 14.5, but also clarify that whole dust around, okay, what are the things that you shouldn't be changing in order to not interrupt the learning phase, and what are the things that you should definitely change in order to, optimize your ad set, although, exiting the learning phase might be a consequence of taking that action. So without any further ado, let's hop straight into it and talk about what the learning phase actually is. And the learning phase, as per Facebook, as per Meta, is, something that where their delivery system and their ad network actually learns whom to deliver your ads to, right? With every ad set, there comes a really micro learning phase, and also on your ad account level there is somewhat of a macro learning phase happening. The more you spend, the better Facebook knows who to deliver that ad to. However, with every ad set, there will be a new learning phase restarted as soon as you launch an ad set or make any significant change to an ad set. So let's take a look at what Meta says. So the learning phase is the period when the delivery system still has a lot to learn about an ad set. During the learning phase, the delivery system is exploring the best way to deliver your ad set, so performance is less stable, cost per results is usually worse. The learning phase occurs when you create a new ad or ad set and or make a significant edit to an existing one. The delivery column reads learning when an ad set is still in the learning phase, while the delivery system never stops learning about the best way to deliver an ad set. Ad sets exit the learning phase as soon as the performance stabilizes, usually around 50 optimization events since its last significant edit. So there you go. This is kind of a statement by Meta. This is what the learning phase is and how to exit it. Okay, essentially Facebook until your ad set has reached 50 optimization events, which in our case is usually purchases. Facebook really just tries out different type of personas to display your ad to until they ultimately really understand who is the best person to deliver your ad and who has the highest action rate with your brand, with your product, and ultimately with your creative. Obviously, iOS 14.5 has changed a lot of this. A lot of people have been panicking around around the learning phase since iOS 14.5 happened, due to the lack of transparency that you have and the lack of attribution of purchase event to a particular ad set. And that is just a lack of attribution that we do have to deal with, and we need a lot more budget, or we need more time to actually get outside of the learning phase, since not all purchases will be attributed to the ad set that have actually been made by the ad set. But this is just something that is a consequence of iOS 14.5, and this is something that you cannot change. Therefore, I wouldn't really panic around this. But I wanted to do something else with you right now. which is creating a campaign and a dummy account and walking you through the things that you shouldn't change in order to not interrupt the learning phase, and a couple of things that you should actively always be looking to change in order to optimize your ad set. Like, for example, your creative. Because I have heard some, crazy people saying you shouldn't really cycle in new creatives into your prospecting campaign because this will reset the learning phase, which is obviously complete nonsense. So without any further ado, let's hop straight into the ads manager and talk about and build a campaign together. So here we are within, an example ad account, and let's go ahead and click create new campaign. So, disregard all of that. This is a, example ad account. Therefore, not all the information is added right here. So the first thing that we obviously want to do is create a sales campaign, right? I have that new menu right here. If you still have like the old kind of conversion optimization goals, then just click conversions right there. And then you want to name it. Let's name it right now, test campaign. Then kind of a couple of things that you definitely never want to change about a campaign starts right here. So you never want to change the campaign objective, right? As soon as you've launched a new campaign objective, as soon as you've launched a campaign with a certain campaign objective, you never want to change this down the line, right? So, for example, we've chosen sales now. If you, for example, for whatever reason wanted to go and create a traffic campaign, then you would need to create a new campaign for that, because honestly, creating and just changing the campaign objective afterwards will do more harm than good. It doesn't matter what you change in terms of the campaign objective or what your approach there is. Same goes for the campaign budget, right? When you launch a new campaign, you want to really go and decide whether you want to have a CBO, meaning campaign budget, or an ABO, meaning that your budget will be distributed on the ad set level. This is also something that once you've decided to do that, I wouldn't change that ever again. And if you want to do that, if you want to change that, you need to create a new campaign. So that is just on the campaign level, the two things that you should never change in order to not affect the learning phase too much, because this will just completely throw off your learning phase. So the next thing is conversion optimization, right? So again, I would never change this to like from website to app to website and app. That is just something that I wouldn't change. Same goes for dynamic creative, right? If you want to go for a dynamic creative campaign, create a new one. Do not really change that after you have run, various tests, after you have run various, or after you have spent some money on that campaign. You want to then run with a particular delivery system that you've chosen. Here we come then to budget and schedule. And that is, in my opinion, something that you should definitely change as you see fit and as you see performance, right? Every kind of budget